Um, Good morning. So this is, let's start at the very beginning, tape number 4. And today we're going to talk about values. Because as you play and learn your colors, I hope your eye becomes sensitive to values, which are the lights and darks. They are the building blocks, the skeleton, if you will, of our paintings, because without light and dark there is no form, and we need both. And a range of values in between. So as you were playing, did you ever notice that if you went back over an area with more pigment, it became darker? So the more pigment added, obviously, the more of the white of the paper is tinted, so less light gets through to the paper. I am working here, this is a scene I saw in our book group when we met physically distancing out at the end of Scudic, to the rocks in the mist. So very gentle changes in value to shape the rocks. And this is what the rest of the piece is looking like at the moment. Rocks can be very tender in their shifts from lights to darks. And that nuance is very powerful. We don't have to have extremes. And if you follow my other blogs and statements, you'll know that I am a painter of nuance. I am a deep believer, particularly in this day and age, in nuance. It's too easy to sum things up in a Twitter, in a tagline, and I don't think it does any idea justice. So in my painting, a rock is essentially a block. It is a geometric form. But the nuanced changes in how those planes come together is what give rocks infinite array of shapes. And that is one of my visions for this painting is to get those nuanced changes in their plane shifts so that we get drawn into that nuance. Now, a problem I'm running into here is the light and dark is so extreme, it immediately draws the eye. And I want some of that, like in the roses, but in this rock, it's just a little too much. And with watercolor, it's really hard to go back and take that off. I had a thought, an idea that I thought, oh, this is good. But guess what? When I did it, it sucked. It was not good. It was not what I wanted. I can add a little bit of water and then dab it off. I don't like going too deep into trying to remove pigment because it can roughen up the paper. And my eye can tell when the paper's been roughed up, and it's unless it's intentional, it looks like an error. But look how much this line is these lines are standing out. And they're standing out because this is a different enough value from this. And that is something I hope that you will play around with, is take just a smidgen of pigment. I have, I'll do it down. Can you see down there? No, you can't. I'll do it right here. Look at that. That's really dark. But it's mostly water, and that's because I put it on white paper. So I'm going to add a little more water to it, because I want tenderness. I don't want it strident. But playing with and seeing that real gentle difference. See, look how, now that will dry 20 to 30% lighter, but I'm still going to dab it because I'd rather have it dry and put more on than have too much that ruins the effect that I'm trying to create. So I've gotten this wet, and what I'm going to do is, part of why this is standing out is because of this line here and this line here. They just don't look right. And they're also the wrong value. And this is a yellower than the rest of the rock. So it's wet now, so I can't do it. But what I will do is alter this color a bit, maybe with a very tender blue wash, and bring it over in here so that it goes beyond this particular area and it no longer looks cut out. One of the other parts to this lesson that I want to touch on is if you're working on a piece and you like what you've done, even if it's just your play and it's not anything representational, and something isn't working like this, cover it up and look around. Then cover up beside it and see, is what you've done there wrong, or does it not fit in its surroundings? If it doesn't fit in its surroundings, you can work on the surroundings to make this fit if what you've done here is indeed something you like and fits with what you're trying to do. If this doesn't fit, which these lines don't fit, they're too, like I said, too strident, then you have to fix those. But if this, what you've painted, works, and it doesn't fit in everything else around it, so I cover everything up and I look at it and go, oh yeah, I do like it, then I can do things around it to make it settle into its environment. So even just covering this up, look at that. See how light this is, how dark this is. And that's why it's not, there isn't a gradation or a change. So in its environment, you can check a place and see, does it work there or does it not work there? And then also we can build volumes and shapes by very, very tender touches of pigment. Have a good day. Bye-bye.